Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday afternoon. I'm Jeremy Carroll. Coming up, Herbert Diess takes a spin in an autonomous ID buzz. But first, let's get to your afternoon headlines. Most automakers are rushing toward an all-electric future, but BMW boss Oliver Zipse is warning against making such a move. During a roundtable discussion in New York, the CEO said companies must be careful not to become too dependent on a select few countries by focusing only on EVs. Zipse saying there was still a market for combustion engine vehicles. He also pointed to gaps in charging infrastructure and the high price of electric vehicles. Zipse saying that offering more fuel-efficient combustion engine vehicles was key, both from a profit and environmental perspective. In other news, both candidates running to become France's next president called the compensation package of Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares, quote, shocking. Tavares' compensation for 2021 is about $20.5 million, plus a stock package worth an additional $34 million and long-term compensation of about $27 million. Current French President Emmanuel Macron called for a cap on executive pay, and his opponent Marine Le Pen echoed his comments. Earlier this week, more than 52% of the company's shareholders voted against the compensation package in a non-binding measure. Staying with Stellantis, the automaker has halted production at its van factory in Russia because it has run out of parts. The automaker operates the plant in Kaluga with Mitsubishi. Many automakers have suspended or halted operations in the country since Russia's invasion of Ukraine began in February. Turning to China, Tesla is reportedly preparing to resume production at its plant near Shanghai on Monday. Sources telling Reuters that the automaker has received the go-ahead from local authorities to resume output. Production has been down for 3 weeks as the city has been in lockdown in an effort to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Can I drive? You can drive an ID bus, but not this car.
And Volkswagen Group CEO Herbert Diess recently took a ride in a self-driving version of the ID Buzz. It was the first time the vehicle navigated real traffic conditions in the city center of Munich. The EV uses LiDAR and radar sensors as well as cameras for navigation, mapping, and route planning. VW is cooperating on the project with Ford-backed Argo AI. The goal is to introduce a self-driving ride-pooling service by 2025. That's our time for this week. Have a wonderful and safe weekend, and we'll see you right back here on Monday.